Hello and welcome back to Jarrah Tatal. Today is going to be the first subsection, which I'm going to call Technology Me. Reason being because it's going to be tech related, all things tech, literally. It might be product reviews, it might just be the latest in tech news. Well, I'm not a news reporter, so it probably won't be much of that, but all things tech. Today I'm going to start with a Surface laptop unboxing and review. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so this was given to me by Microsoft and woo! Okay, Surface laptop there. And then here you've got all the things in the box. So where should we start? You've got a little information booklet there with all things related to the laptop. Then we've got a brand new charger. This is their fast charging cable and it attaches there. So that's everything that comes in the box. Okay, so moving on to the laptop now. A bit about the background. It has now been 8 years since Microsoft launched their first Surface device. This is a Surface Laptop 3. This one is in silver. Just opening it there. So as you can see, it's got a very sleek, stylish design. It also comes in the option to get a metal keyboard. This one here is a 13-inch, but you can also have the option to size up and get a 15-inch. It also has the Microsoft Hello, so once I set it up, it will just recognize my face and it will just open it up. Opening it up, the keyboard doesn't jump up with you. I remember olden day laptops used to be so heavy that when you'd open the screen, the keyboard would bounce back too, but it's able to stand up on its own. Colour options come in matte black, sandstone, cobalt blue and platinum. Looking at the trackpad here, it's actually got a 20% larger trackpad, which is a lot more helpful and a lot more useful when navigating around the screen. Now let's talk about the battery. This laptop has an average of 11.5 hours of battery life you should be able to get out from full charge, and it's also got the fast charging cable that comes with it. This means that it should be able to charge up to 80% within an hour. With the charger, you've also got a USB port, which means you can connect it to other things, whether you want to connect your phone to charge your phone off of it at the same time, because say you've only got one plug point in your wall, you can actually charge your laptop and your phone at the same time. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but I wouldn't say it's light. It's 2.79 pounds. One thing I do like about Surface laptops is the sort of wedge that they have. I know Apple's MacBook Air has this. Reason why they have this is because it's supposed to be more comfortable when it comes to typing, whereas other laptops are just the same thickness throughout the keyboard, but the slanted wedge makes for a more comfortable use. Okay, so we've talked about the specs, let's get onto the performance. Now, this is literally setting it up from scratch. How are we turning this on? Okay, so we've got an on button on the keyboard. As you can see, the Microsoft logo is now coming up. It has actually got an instant on, which is going to be very convenient. With the instant on, this means that you don't have to sit there waiting for your laptop to wake up when you're just trying to wake up yourself. As soon as you open the screen, it will turn on for you. You've also got Microsoft Hello, which means that once it's opened up and it sees you through the camera, it just unlocks it automatically. So basically Face ID. You've actually got a strengthened glass in comparison to previous models, and the reason why this is good is right now, so I'm personally working from home, and this might be convenient as well, because I know sometimes I literally have to run up and down the stairs to go to different points of my house because some have stronger Wi-Fi. The worst thing I want is to run down the stairs, drop the laptop down the stairs and the screen smashed, all because it's a bit flimsy. So that kind of acts as a preventative measure because we've obviously got the strengthened glass. Performance-wise, we also have faster performance than previous Surface laptop models because it has 10th gen Intel Core processors, which means it's just faster at processing and navigating around the screen and getting from task to task, whether that means going from an Excel sheet straight to Safari. Another very important thing is to look at connection ports. Here we've obviously got where the charger plugs in, and then on this side we've still got our aux jack. I know a lot of laptops are now losing the aux jack, losing the USB. However, this still has your traditional USB slot as well as your USB-C slot. Let's talk about the camera. You now actually have a 720p f2.0 HD camera, which is very useful again in our working from home environment, because it just means that when we're constantly in Teams call, Zoom call, whatever you may use, people can actually see you don't just look like a pixelation. And lastly, in terms of specs, you have enhanced dual far field mics, which means that again on your Teams call, you know when you're there, sorry, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Oh, my mic's gone a bit quiet. you won't longer have that problem with the Surface Laptop 3. As a comparison, I have my Surface Pro 3, and just for context, I would say the Surface Pros are more suitable for someone that's gonna always be at their desk. However, in a working from home environment, you might not always be at your desk. You might sort of be working on the couch, because it can be very tedious to sit in the same position for the 9 to 5. So if you do need that flexibility, if you're going to be moving up and down and around and just have different surfaces, then I would recommend the Surface Laptops, because it's got its sturdy screen that stands up by itself. Whereas with the Surface Pros, they can be adjusted with the little tab that comes out here. Additional accessories, I also have the Surface Pen, which is very, very useful. With the Surface Pen, you're able to change the size of your screenshot. So I know on other devices you can just screenshot the whole screen, but with this you can actually change it to be a small section of the screen, and then everything's just easier to copy and paste over. Again, I find it quite useful for when I'm using Excel documents and I need to just click on a specific tab. Having to get the mouse out to go over to it can sometimes be a bit tedious. I find it a lot easier to use the pen on screen. In addition to that, I have the mouse, which is very cool, because to turn it off, you just have it flat like that, and it means that you can save the battery. To turn it on, you just bend it like that and it clicks into place. Very useful, I find, having a mouse. It's funny because we don't really use them as much nowadays, because we used to use the mouse when you had your massive computer with the massive back, and you have the mouse there, and then the lead that was going hang off the back, and there was just so many strings and wires attached. But this is a Bluetooth mouse, so you don't have all of those extra things attached. Also, you have got the touchscreen. Moving on, I also got a monitor. Oh, hell no. This is a whole day thing. I'm demoing this. As for the monitor, I got a 27-inch monitor. I thought it was 32, but it was 27-inch. As you can see, the monitor is quite big. So that's all for the first episode of Technology Me. If you'd like to see more product reviews, if there's any products in particular that you'd like to know a bit more about, Microsoft products, Apple products, just anything in general, then you can let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit different to what Jack Tower is usually about, but I just kind of wanted to explore that side as well. I hope you might have learned something new. I hope you enjoyed seeing my office setup. This is where I work. I also kind of wanted to mention that having a monitor, I actually thought it was just for coders that just sit there. But I don't know how to code. I do non-technical jobs or technical roles, but it's still useful for me when I need to have more than one thing up at the same time. So basically, I'd say it's best for like screen sharing, and it can be useful for people that aren't necessarily coders. See ya.